And so in meditation we step into this place of our heart, of our divinity, and begin to see life from this place. And sometimes, being a human, if we step into that place, and we're having a difficult moment in life, if there's lots of drama or excitement or anger or whatever, then our mind may be quite upset with the person who hurt us. And if we're awake, our heart will be totally in love with that person, with ourselves, and all of life. And it makes for quite a confusing experience of being a human being in this world. Because we're both. We are totally divine and totally human. And sometimes our humanity is loud and obnoxious and has walls and has anger and rage and holds on to the past. And yet there's this wonderful divinity that's just pouring out of us. And if we ever question this, if we're just furious, we can go look in the mirror and look in our eyes. In our face it may have this really mean look. But we will notice this wonderful aliveness just pouring out of our eyes, even if we are crazy furious. And so the divinity is here. It's here all the time. And the more we awaken to it, the more we recognize it and acknowledge it, the more we allow ourselves to embody it and become it, then life becomes much easier, and it takes the edge off suffering. And so I was listening to a friend speak the other day, and he was speaking about what it means to be free. And there's all these beliefs that when we're free, it means that we just feel good all the time, forever. We're just in this constant land of bliss. And I would say that is absolutely true. And our humanity may be experiencing pain, heartache, insecurity, all kinds of things. And because we have an ego, it's going to react to life. But the question is where do we identify? Do we identify with the beauty and openness and hugeness and spaciousness of who and what we are? Or do we identify with the pain? And some people try to live in this land of transcendence where they just, I am free, and then they just act like they don't feel anything. And to me, we just get cut off from life if we try to do that. So the invitation is can we live fully, open-heartedly, totally accepting and loving everything? Our divinity, the divinity of others, and our pain and whatever is arising, our humanity, the humanity of the world. Can we include it all? So it's quite an invitation. And the nature of the mind is to be either or. Either I'm totally lost in my ego, or I'm totally blissed out in some spiritual space. But true freedom is about including everything. And sometimes that means we don't feel good, which is a very unpopular teaching. It's nice, this belief that we'll just die, we'll go to heaven, and we'll live in the eternal land of bliss forever. And of course, with that teaching, you have to wait till you die. Sometimes in Buddhist teachings, we get to the land of nirvana and never, experience anything, any kind of pain again, or there is no more suffering. But there's always going to be suffering as long as we're in human form, so we can give up that belief. And to me, a very inclusive way of meeting life is, can we include and meet everything with love, with openness? And that takes a tremendous amount of courage. It takes a willingness to feel and experience everything. And as we feel and experience it, we allow that experience to move through our being. And then the trick is not to go into our mind and analyze it, comment on it, react to it, freak out, make some huge story about it, blame, judge, beat ourselves up, or whatever else it is that we humans tend to do.